In a world that celebrates noise, attention, and instant recognition, true growth often happens in silence. The loudest people aren't always the most accomplished, and the ones who achieve greatness don't always announce it. Building yourself quietly is the art of preparing in private so that when the time comes, your excellence speaks for itself. There are 6 key ways you can transform your life without needing approval, applause, or acknowledgement from others. First, invest in your mind. Knowledge is the foundation of influence and power. Read, study, and learn consistently. Feed your mind with wisdom that expands your vision and sharpens your understanding. Growth begins with what you allow yourself to know, not what others can see you do. Quiet preparation in your thoughts and understanding lays the groundwork for the impact you will make. Second, develop discipline. Discipline is the bridge between intention and achievement. It is easy to start a project with enthusiasm, but only those who persist quietly, day after day, without needing validation, will see results. Discipline is built when you honor your commitments to yourself, when you do what must be done even when no one is watching. Third, cultivate character. Character is the silent currency of life. While skills can get your foot in the door, your character keeps you in the room. Integrity, humility, and responsibility are qualities that are often invisible to the public eye but are essential to long-term success. Building yourself quietly requires strengthening these qualities even when recognition is absent. Fourth, master your emotions. Emotional maturity is the ability to remain calm, focused, and purposeful under pressure. When you learn to control your reactions, you protect your energy and preserve your clarity of thought. Quietly managing your emotions allows you to make decisions based on wisdom rather than impulse, setting you apart from those who are driven by fleeting feelings or external approval. Fifth, serve without seeking applause. True influence grows when you give without expecting anything in return. Helping others, offering your skills, and making a positive impact quietly builds credibility and trust. The fruits of your labor will eventually emerge, but they do so in the right season, not necessarily on your timeline. Finally, focus on consistency, not recognition. Small, deliberate actions repeated daily compound into extraordinary results. Success is rarely instant. It is the outcome of persistent effort over time. By focusing on steady progress rather than public validation, you ensure that your achievements are solid, lasting, and meaningful. In building yourself quietly, you embrace patience, humility, and intentionality. You understand that true growth is not measured by how loud your presence is, but by how strong and prepared you become. Let your life be a testimony, not of what you proclaimed, but of what you consistently built. Remember, greatness doesn't need a stage, it needs a foundation. Build yourself quietly and let the results announce your excellence. Investing in your mind is the most powerful decision you can make for your future. The mind is the command center of your life. It directs your actions, shapes your thoughts, and ultimately determines the quality of your reality. Everything you achieve, every problem you solve, every opportunity you seize begins in the mind. When you choose to feed it with wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, you are preparing yourself for success long before the world recognizes it. Investing in your mind is not about showing off what you know or impressing others with information. It is about quietly equipping yourself with the tools needed to navigate life with clarity, purpose, and insight. Reading books, studying principles of success, understanding human behavior, and learning skills relevant to your goals are all forms of investment that compound over time. Each book you read, each lesson you absorb, adds a layer of understanding that strengthens your perspective and expands your vision. When you invest in your mind, you are effectively planting seeds that will grow into the wisdom and competence necessary to handle the challenges that life will inevitably present. Knowledge gives you options. It gives you the ability to make decisions that others may overlook or misunderstand. The more you know, the more you can anticipate, adapt, and act with confidence. Investing in your mind also means being intentional about the thoughts you allow to take root. Your mind is like fertile soil, and the ideas you nurture will determine the fruits you harvest. Negative, limiting, or destructive thoughts are like weeds They stunt growth and weaken potential. By feeding your mind with empowering beliefs, positive principles, and constructive ideas, you create an internal environment where growth becomes natural. Discipline in learning, consistency in thinking critically, and a hunger for understanding are all ways to strengthen the mind's power. Equally important is the understanding that investing in your mind is a lifelong journey. It is not a quick fix or a temporary effort. It requires patience, dedication, and persistence. The benefits may not be immediately visible, and there is no applause for reading quietly at night or reflecting deeply in solitude. Yet, over time, the mind you have cultivated becomes a powerful instrument of influence and success. Your decisions become wiser, your problem-solving sharper, and your ability to navigate complex situations unmatched. Those who neglect the mind may excel temporarily through luck or external factors, but true and lasting success is born from a mind well prepared. Finally, investing in your mind is not limited to formal education or reading. It is about exposing yourself to experiences, mentors, and environments that challenge and expand your thinking. It is about seeking understanding beyond the surface, learning lessons even from failures and setbacks. Each moment spent learning, reflecting, and growing mentally is an investment in a version of yourself that can handle any situation, overcome obstacles, and achieve goals that once seemed impossible. By investing in your mind, you quietly prepare yourself for a life of purpose, influence, and extraordinary success long before the world ever notices. Developing discipline is one of the most important investments you can make in yourself, because without it, talent, knowledge, and dreams cannot reach their full potential. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement, between intention and action. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, not just when it is convenient, but especially when it is difficult or uncomfortable. Discipline is not about punishment or restriction. It is about self-mastery and the conscious choice to act in alignment with your purpose and long-term vision, even when the immediate desire is to give up or procrastinate. At its core, discipline is the habit of consistency. It is the daily commitment to showing up, putting in effort, and following through on your promises to yourself. The world often celebrates talent, luck, or immediate results, but those who achieve lasting success understand that it is discipline, not mere ability, that produces remarkable outcomes. Small, consistent actions, repeated over time, compound into extraordinary results. By developing discipline, you train your mind and body to stay focused, resist distraction, and prioritize what truly matters over fleeting pleasures or momentary satisfaction. Discipline requires patience and self-control. It is easy to start a project with excitement and abandon it when challenges arise. It is easy to dream big, but fail to follow through on the steps required to turn that dream into reality. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades, when obstacles appear, or when external validation is absent. It is built through repeated acts of self-restraint, delayed gratification, and adherence to a personal standard of excellence. Every choice to act responsibly, every refusal to take shortcuts, every moment spent persevering strengthens the foundation of your character and propels you closer to your goals. Developing discipline also means setting clear priorities and boundaries. Without a clear sense of direction, energy can be scattered, and efforts may yield minimal results. Discipline focuses your energy on what matters most, helping you say no to distraction, negative influences, and activities that do not align with your vision. It requires courage to maintain your course when the world around you is noisy and tempting, but this courage builds resilience, confidence, and the ability to remain steadfast in pursuit of your purpose. Discipline is not instantaneous. It is cultivated through repeated practice and conscious decision-making. Every day presents opportunities to strengthen it, whether through time management, self-reflection, or resisting the urge to settle for mediocrity. By committing to discipline, you ensure that your actions consistently reflect your ambition and that you are preparing yourself quietly for the success that will inevitably fall. In the end, discipline is more than a habit, it is a lifestyle. It is the silent power that separates those who dream from those who achieve, those who win from those who act, and those who merely exist from those who leave a lasting legacy. Developing discipline is the key to building yourself quietly, steadily, and effectively, so that when the world notices, your success is undeniable and your foundation unshakable. Cultivating character is one of the most crucial aspects of building yourself quietly, because it is the foundation upon which lasting success and meaningful influence are built. Character is the reflection of who you truly are when no one is watching. It is the sum of your values, your integrity, and the principles by which you live your life. While skills, talent, and knowledge can open doors, it is character that sustains your journey, earns the trust of others, and determines how far you will ultimately go. To cultivate character is to commit to becoming a person of honor, responsibility, and authenticity, even when the world offers no recognition or reward. Character is demonstrated through consistent actions aligned with your values. It is easy to behave with integrity when it is convenient or when others are looking, but true character shines through in the choices you make when no one else is paying attention. It is evident in how you treat those who cannot help you, how you keep your promises, and how you respond to challenges and setbacks. Cultivating character requires self-reflection and a willingness to acknowledge your weaknesses while striving to improve. It is about taking responsibility for your actions, being honest even when it is difficult, and prioritizing what is right over what is easy or popular. An essential part of cultivating character is embracing humility. Humility is the recognition that your achievements, skills, and opportunities are not solely the result of your own efforts, but also the product of learning, guidance, and circumstances. Humility allows you to remain teachable, open to feedback, and willing to learn from both successes and failures. It prevents arrogance and fosters the ability to connect with others in genuine, meaningful ways. A humble person builds others up, serves without expectation, and demonstrates strength through quiet, principled living rather than through loud declarations or self-promotion. Consistency is another key element of character. It is not enough to act with integrity occasionally. Character is forged through repeated, intentional decisions over time. Each act of honesty, fairness, and kindness adds to the strength of your character, while each compromise or unethical choice weakens it. Those who cultivate strong character understand that the small, often unnoticed choices define who they are more than the big moments that attract attention. Over time, these consistent acts of principled behavior create a reputation of reliability, trustworthiness, and moral strength. Finally, cultivating character involves resilience and courage. Life will test your values through challenges, temptations, and pressures to conform. It takes courage to stand firm in your principles, especially when others may not understand or support you. It takes resilience to recover from mistakes and continue striving toward the standard you have set for yourself. By cultivating character quietly, you prepare yourself to lead with integrity, inspire through example, and leave a legacy that endures long after recognition fades. Character is not built overnight, but when carefully developed, it becomes the invisible strength that supports every other aspect of your growth and ensures that your success is meaningful, sustainable, and respected. Mastering your emotions is one of the most vital aspects of building yourself quietly, because emotional control shapes the way you respond to life's challenges, relationships, and opportunities. Emotions are powerful forces within us. They can motivate, inspire, or if uncontrolled, lead us to destructive decisions. Those who achieve greatness understand that mastery over emotions is not about suppressing feelings, but about understanding, directing, and using them wisely to serve their purpose. When you master your emotions, you gain clarity, focus, and resilience, allowing your actions to reflect intention rather than impulse. Emotional mastery begins with self-awareness. To control your emotions, you must first recognize them, the triggers, patterns, and reactions that arise in different situations. This requires honesty with yourself and a willingness to examine your inner life without judgment. By understanding why you feel anger, fear, jealousy, or impatience, you gain the power to respond deliberately rather than react impulsively. Self-awareness allows you to pause, reflect, and choose a course of action that aligns with your goals, values, and long-term vision. rather than being swayed by temporary feelings or external pressures. Another key aspect of mastering emotions is developing emotional resilience. Life will inevitably bring setbacks, disappointments, and stress. And how you handle these moments determines your trajectory. Emotional resilience is the ability to remain calm, focused, and composed in the face of adversity. It is cultivated through practice, reflection, and the conscious decision to maintain control even when circumstances are challenging. Those who master their emotions do not allow temporary frustration or anger to dictate their decision. Instead, they learn from difficulties, adjust their approach, and maintain the discipline necessary to continue moving toward their goals. Mastering emotions also requires the ability to regulate responses in relationships and social interaction. Emotions often affect communication, collaboration, and influence. By controlling reactions such as defensiveness, impatience, or impulsive speech, you strengthen trust, build stronger connections, and create an atmosphere of respect and understanding. Emotional mastery enables you to listen actively, respond thoughtfully, and exercise empathy, which are essential qualities for leadership and influence. It ensures that your interactions are guided by wisdom rather than uncontrolled sentiment. Furthermore, mastering emotions involves transforming negative feelings into productive energy. Frustration can become motivation, fear can become courage, and disappointment can become determination. By learning to channel emotions constructively, you turn potential obstacles into catalysts for growth. This transformation is a quiet process. It is not about public display or validation, but about internal strength and self-mastery. Finally, mastering your emotions is a lifelong journey. It requires patience, reflection, and continuous effort. Each moment you choose to respond with composure, each time you resist impulsive reactions, and every instant you turn emotions into constructive energy, strengthens your ability to navigate life with clarity and purpose. Emotional mastery allows you to build yourself quietly yet powerfully, preparing you to face challenges with wisdom, influence decisions positively, and leave a lasting impact without needing to announce your progress to the world. Serving and focusing on consistency are powerful principles for building yourself quietly, because they emphasize action over recognition and persistence over instant results. True growth is rarely about how much attention you attract. It is about the impact you make and the habits you maintain over time. When you serve genuinely and remain consistent in your efforts, you lay a foundation that no one can take away, a structure that quietly strengthens your life and the lives of those around you. This approach ensures that your progress is real, lasting, and meaningful rather than fleeting or superficial. Serving without seeking applause means acting from a place of purpose rather than expectation. It requires that your motivation be rooted in contribution, not in recognition or reward. When you help others, offer your skills, or provide support, the true value lies in the act itself, not in the acknowledgement you might receive. By focusing on serving quietly, you build trust, respect, and credibility in ways that are far more enduring than public praise. The seeds you plant through service often grow slowly and in ways that may not be immediately visible, but over time, they yield profound results. Serving becomes a reflection of your character, a demonstration of integrity, and a commitment to principles rather than popularity. Consistency is the companion of service, and together they create exponential growth. Consistency is the repeated commitment to small, deliberate actions that over time accumulate into remarkable results. The world may celebrate dramatic breakthroughs or sudden achievements, but the truth is that lasting success is rarely accidental. It is the result of countless quiet moments of disciplined effort. Whether it is learning a skill, maintaining a routine, or continually contributing to others, consistency ensures that your efforts compound. Each day, you take purposeful action. No matter how small, you strengthen the trajectory of your life and build a reputation of reliability and excellence. Focusing on consistency also builds resilience and patience. Life does not always reward immediate effort, and results may take time to manifest. By serving faithfully and acting consistently, you develop the patience to trust the process and the resilience to continue even when progress is slow or unseen. This quiet persistence separates those who achieve lasting impact from those who give up when recognition is delayed or challenges arise. The consistent servant understands that value is created over time, and that true influence is often invisible at first. Moreover, serving and staying consistent create a life of purpose. Each act of service, when repeated consistently, contributes to a larger mission and vision. It shapes your identity, strengthens your discipline, and aligns your actions with your principles. This approach transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary outcomes, not because of noise or attention, but because of dedication, intentionality, and quiet perseverance. By serving without seeking applause and maintaining consistency in your efforts, you build yourself silently yet powerfully, creating a life of meaningful impact, unshakable character, and lasting success that eventually speaks for itself.